Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Wild Wednesday. First and foremost, I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that wonderful stuff because life's short enough as is. Hopefully you're binge watching some awesome series or watching some good movies or hanging out and binge watching some of my videos. And please do, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Always look in the description box. I know I repeat this every video, but it's something that I can't stress enough. Do always look in the description box for more information on the daily film, such as your starring cast, your director, the runtime of the cut I am watching, brief synopsis, and if there's any trivia on the film or any of the actors that's worthwhile mentioning, I will mention in the trivia. I'll put a couple little tidbits in there. And there will almost always be a link for a trailer or a scene in the description box as well. So do look for that. So sometimes you need to see something visually before you can actually pull the trigger on if you want to watch it or purchase it or whatever it is you wish to do with it. Now that I got all that jazz out of the way, let's get on to the fun of the day. Today's is an interesting one. It came out all the way back in 1982, so 38 years ago. This one rolls at an hour and 37 minutes, and now I do know that this one has suffered cuts in the past. There's a headshot, a head explosion, like a big gash in the back of the head that is a really cool effect, but it has suffered being cut throughout the past, and I tend to wonder if some of the sex in here got cut a little bit, because this one, it gets a little steamy in places. I'm not gonna lie. It is one that is. If you like looking at female anatomy, you will enjoy this one. I'm not gonna lie. Now, as far as anything else goes, that I'll get over the cast here in a second, but this is none other than Mausoleum. Yes. What an interesting film. And this is, I've been on a kick of reviewing a bunch of Vinegar Syndrome stuff, just because I got a bunch of newer stuff from them. I got like 10 different movies from them that I hadn't seen before, and I wanted to review all of them because they do such a fine job with all their product. I figured they're worthwhile mentioning. Now, whoops, I don't know how that happened. Blu-ray just jumped right out of the case. But anyways, it is a standard issued pressed Blu-ray DVD combo, reversible artwork with the old original artwork on there. I am torn between that one and this newer one right here. I do like both of them. I'm not going to lie. Not that I ever really lie to you guys. That's not my thing. I'm Mr. Honesty, Mr. Straightforward, Mr. Straight Shooter. I'm not gonna pull your shoestrings and tie them in a different direction and tell you something that's horseshit on purpose. I will never do that to you guys. That is just not how I am. Now, let's see. We got Bobbie Bresee in here. She is your main lead. She plays Susan. She is the one that is a woman that has a very interesting family curse, and it is the Nomed curse, and it is every generation the first woman or first female that is born on per every generation. They are cursed to the Nomed curse, which is Nomed, which is funny because it's the classic Neil Bogg type thing, you know. I mean, this came out before Troll 2 with the Neil Bogg thing, but look up Nomed and write it out the other direction. It's so scary. I laughed. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed when I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, they just wrote demon backwards. That is so funny. There's little references to like satanic like demon stuff. Like there's 666 at one point on the wall. Nobody notices it, or at least they don't point it out at all. But it was one of those things I saw like, holy shit, there's a 666, bud. But it's all about possession and this curse, which this curse I kind of look at it as kind of a succubus type of curse, because Bobbie Bresee, just Susan is her character's name. Susan lures these men in with sex, and she kills them afterwards through whatever means or fashion that she wishes to, and it ranges from everything from a garden trowel to a guy falling and getting impaled to a woman getting split in half. It's got some interesting deaths in here, interesting special effects all the way around, done by John Carl Buechler, I can't remember off the top of my head, but rest in peace, John Carl. The guy was a very good he was an amazing special effects artist that had a lot of talent, did a lot of great stuff with Roger Corman, did one of my favorite Friday the 13th with which is part 7, The New Blood. He directed, and his company did all the special effects for that one, although he will admit that he castrated it and watered it down very, very much compared to what he wanted to do originally. I imagine he did film a lot more stuff for it, and it just hit the cutting room floor, unfortunately. Now back to this one. We also got Marjoe Gortner. Marjoe, it's spelled really weird, different for me. Marjoe, Marjoe. He is the husband to Susan. He's a very gullible type, in my opinion. He's an enabler. That's what I want to say. He's an enabler. He enables Susan to live this weird lifestyle, and throughout all of this anger and all these different bouts of being possessed, like her overall face and body structure changes. She looks very, very she looks like a demon. It's an old creature. It's an old creature, like a guy in a creature costume, one of those ordeals. It's very cool practical special effects. There's even like faces on the boobs, on the breasts of the monster that chews on people. As a matter of fact, it at one point chews somebody's heart out, which is kind of cool. Excuse me. And then who else we got here? We got Norman Burton, we got Maurice Sherbanee, we got LaWanda Page, which she's pretty fun in this. She's one of those characters I really, really like in this movie because she's got some good comic relief. I think she's great. And then we got Malave, who is in here as well. This one is now back to some comedy relief. There's a character in here, a maid character that cracks me up, or I don't know what I would really call her, because she does a little bit of everything for these people. It's kind of like what's her face from Brady Bunch? Anyway, it's weird. She's always there helping and assisting with whatever they need, because they are a very wealthy family. The man definitely has a very good job, and he drives like one of those. It's not a Lamborghini, but it's got the cool open up doors, kind of like a Lamborghini or a DeLorean. It's kind of cool. And then who else? Back to the comedy. There's this whole scene where this caretaker type, she has this magic line where she talks about, I haven't been this nervous ever since I've I haven't been this nervous since I've been black, something like that. It just was one of those. She delivered it the way she delivered it, and the look on her face, because it's the woman from Sanford and Son. That's what I most know her for. She was a very, very funny woman. I remember her having some amazing one-liners on Sanford and Son, which if you guys have never watched that, check out some stuff on that. Red Fox was a beast of a comedian. That guy, I could watch him for hours. He's one of those. He was just perfect, flawless comedian. Now, what is this one about? Like I said, this is about a woman who gets possessed by this family curse, and it's almost like a succubus type movie. There's various people that come to the house one by one that get dispatched off in a very gruesome form from our villain in the movie. And the whole while, there's a doctor that has put her under a hypnosis just at one point to see if there was something else going on, because he knows he has worked with this girl ever since she was like 9 or 10 years old, something along those lines, ever since she was a wee kid, and she's 30 at this point, so like 20 years, we'll just say 20 years. For 20 years, he's worked with her, and he knows the family line, and he finds out about the whole curse. It is a weird scene when he does the hypnotism, because she turns into this, almost all the way turns into her monstrous form, because there's 3 forms of it. There's one where she's just got basic makeup, and she's got these crazy green eyes which from what I've read, she had some damaging done to her eyes, and she did some stuff like half blind for this movie, which is kind of scary to think, like, holy crap. And then there's an interview on here, and John Carl Buechler talks about these contacts, and they had like a liquid inside of them, and with the black light, with a certain kind of black lighting, they would glow like that. It was very, very, very. I mean, it's very cool to think that, but it's dealing with your eyes. Your vision is all you got. You got other senses, but vision is one of those things I'd hate to. I don't know what I would do. I would have to figure out what to do, but that would be just horrific. Now, as far as anything else I want to say as far as the story goes, there's not, as I don't want to give up too much on that end. As far as some kind of trivia on this one was funded. It was funded by a well-known gangster of the time. He was known as the Yuppie Don. What was his last name? Here, let me scroll down here. In Michael Frenzes. Yeah. He was known as the Yuppie Don. Don as in Don, like not as in DAWN. But anyways, he bankrolled this movie, and he was a major producer for it. So that's a weird little trivia fact that I left on there. There was some creepy shit going on in here, like creeper nasty stuff. Like there's our main character, Susan, is naked a very good portion of this movie, but there's a love scene between her and her husband where the cast and crew, almost the entire cast and crew, was there watching. They said they built some bleachers for them to sit down and watch. If that's really the case, that's kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first thing I can think of was the movie Terror Firmer, when they said it was a closed set, and she turns around and like everybody you can think of is there. It's a room full of like 100 people, and it's just like extremely awkward, but pulled it off like a professional, and was able to do it. Unfortunately, is not cool. But fortunately, that stuff does not happen anymore. Thank God. Especially with the Me Too movement. Anyways, let's get into kind of ratings for this one. On a technical side, this is a basic run-of-the-mill. It's got cool effects. The ending is fucking terrible. I'm not gonna lie. It is one of the worst endings I have seen in a long time. I love the first 3/4 of it. I love all of it except for there's about 10 minutes of it that I think is absolute garbage. But other than that, it is a very worthwhile watch. I'm not gonna lie. It is very fun, very entertaining. So I'm gonna give it a 3 on the 1 through 5 scale for as far as the technical side goes. There's no like huge plot gaps in here, which can happen in films like this, but they did really good with what they have. And this one's listed as Michael Dugan directed it, but I forget who the other guy was. John Carl Buechler actually talks about it in his interview in here, that Michael Dugan was basically just the director of photography, and this other guy was the director. Basically told him what he's going to film and where and how, and he just basically, swallowed his pride and did his job, and he still got the credit as the director. Very interesting, by the way. Let's see. Now, as far as an entertainment side goes, this thing's probably a 3 or a 4 on the entertainment side. I think, this is like a 7 out of 10, 6, 7 out of 10 type of movie, depending on your scenario. What do you got going on? Are you watching it alone? Are you watching with who you watching it with? Is there any kind of things going on? Have you had a couple of drinks, or have you smoked a J or something like that? Popped a rail? I don't know whatever it is you do. I don't really care. But whatever it is you do when you watch movies, that can always affect your overall experience. I'm not gonna lie. So I try to watch movies with like-minded people or by myself. I do watch a lot of movies alone. Loser, Matt. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope each and every one of you have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. I think I might do some super independent stuff. But Friday I already have locked down. It's another Vinegar Syndrome title. One that I am very, very, very happy that I upgraded and added to my collection, because I do really enjoy it. Alright, y'all. Peace as always.